Thank you very much. And still on the same theme of mediation and the peaceful settlement of disputes, I see harmony is still flowing in the hall. So we are keeping to that theme of the President of the General Assembly, mediation and the peaceful settlement of disputes. I am delighted to call now to the rostrum the President of the second largest Islamic organization in Indonesia, with some 29 million members. Professor Dien Syamsuddin is Professor of Islamic Thought at the State University in Jakarta, Indonesia. Please, let's welcome Professor Syamsuddin.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mr. President, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon all of us. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude and give high appreciation to the President of the UN General Assembly and the organizers for organizing this timely and urgent event. I do believe the commencement of the World Interfaith Harmony Week would strengthen our determination to keep working together based on common ground for the common good. I would like also to convey the message of peace and harmony from Indonesia, the largest archipelago in the world with 17,000 islands, the most populous Muslim country, the pluralistic nation with about 500 ethnic groups and languages, yet its people live in peaceful coexistence and harmony based on the 5 principles of Pancasila and the national motto, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, or unity in diversity. It's indeed great honor for me to be here today to share my experience and thought through my organization, Muhammadiyah, the oldest and one of the largest Islamic organizations in Indonesia and in the world, on the topic of mediation of conflict. At the time when differences often lead to frictions, and friction lead to conflicts, the search for peaceful ways of resolving differences and conflicts becomes imperative. In this regard, the significance of mediation as an instrument to resolve differences and to find common ground cannot be overstated. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the importance of peaceful resolution of differences and disputes becomes even more evident when we look at the reality of the world where we live in today. While poverty, illiteracy, disease, and injustice still present the most difficult challenges to humanity, we are also presented with the fact that violent conflicts and even wars continue to be the most devastating source of human suffering. Indeed, history has shown us that violent conflict and war becomes the worst enemy of mankind. History also teaches us how violent conflict and war could destroy not only communities and nations, but also civilization. It's indeed disheartening to see that conflicts remain a defining characteristic of today's world. War, which we thought to be obsolete, continues to serve as an instrument by which nations resolve their differences. Thus, we should do our best to renounce the use of force and war as a means of conflict resolution. Through war, humankind would not accomplish anything but misery. The use of forces will never resolve differences, and the use of violence will only breed more violence. Differences, be it in religious, ethnic, cultural, and civilizational terms, would continue to be a fact of the life. But these differences should by no means become a reason why we cannot live in harmony and peace. In fact, the Holy Quran reminds us that God made us into different nations and ethnicities so that we may come to enhance mutual understanding, mutual respect, and cooperation. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, our main task is therefore to ensure that a religion continues to serve as the basis of peace. We continue to work to ensure that a religion will not be used, misused, and even abused to justify acts of violence in any form. The Holy Quran strongly reminds us that whosoever killed a person without justified reasons is dead if he has killed all mankind and humanity. When conflicts do occur, it's our task also to ensure that those conflicts are resolved peacefully, not through the use of violence. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, mediation through interfaith dialogue would not be meaningful unless parties to such a dialogue are able to articulate their point of views in frank and candid manner. Dialogue would quickly turn into political theater if we cannot be honest with each other. Fruitful dialogues could only be achieved in an environment that promotes candidness and honesty within a spirit of togetherness. The challenge we are now facing is how to continue emphasizing the value of mediation through interfaith dialogue and cooperation as an instrument to bridge civilizational divides and conflicts at all levels. Finally, it's my hope that the 2012 Interfaith Harmony Week would serve as an integral part of our efforts to bridge divides among civilizations, among states, among nations, and among communities. It's also our hope, and the hope of all of us who are here today, that our relentless effort will in the end yield to peaceful, just, prosperous, and harmonious world. Thank you.
We are most grateful to you, Professor Dien Syamsuddin from Jakarta, Indonesia.